If I could please have all of our elementary school-aged children come up and just join me here. I want to chat with you for a while. So, whichever our kids are here, Sophia, I see you. Come on. Come. Come join me. Oh, Nicole, getting so tall. Lena, how are you? You want to sit with me. Sit with me here. Come. Anthony. Michael, your shoes light up. That's great. I have some at home like that, but Presbyterian won't let me wear them. Hello. Hi, how are you? Come sit. Here, come face me. Come let me see you. Come. How are we doing? How was school? Yeah? Enjoying it so far? Daniel, see you, buddy. I have a question for you. Do you know how somebody builds a house? Have you ever seen a house being built? What do they do? What do they do when they build a house? Use bricks, that's right. Anything. What was that? The wood, right? They make a skeleton, right? What else do they do? When you're building a house, when a really strong house, what do you think? What do you think, Zoe? How do you build a house? A really strong house. Good foundation, that's right. So, many years ago, before any of you, and maybe even your parents, were born, Presbyterian and I had a house built, and it was really neat. And so I would go by there to see the house being built before work most mornings, even though it was way out of my way, because I wanted to see how they did it, right? You know, I want to see how they did it. So what they did, they dug really far down in the ground, like really far in the ground. It was really deep. And then they put these concrete, like, towers, right? These concrete towers, and they had steel sticking out of the towers, steel beams like this. They had like several of them, right? All over. What do you think, Michael? Like a steel metal? Yeah, I like that, right? And they had these towers with steel sticking out. And then when they poured the foundation, before they did that, they made more steel, kind of flat on the ground like this, right? And then they wrapped the steel sticking up down around the steel like this, right? So it was really strong. And then they poured concrete all over it, right? So it was like super strong, because we built the house in Utah where the ground sometimes would shake. So if the house wasn't built really strongly, what would happen? That's right, exactly, right? So it collapsed. So, and then they did the frame, right, like the skeleton, and all the other stuff, right? And it was a really nice house. So what do you think was the strongest part of that house, Nicole? What do you think was the strongest part? What was the strongest? How about the foundation? Maybe that bottom part? Because we said if you have a house, but the foundation is weak, what happens? Right, it crashes, right? So we had a very strong house, and it was a beautiful house, and we liked it very much, but then we moved again, because that's what we've done. So, building that house, right, and having a strong foundation is very much like, Catherine, hello, building your lives, right? So you're little right now, but you're getting bigger. Some of you are not so little, growing. So what are some things that you're learning right now, right, like in school? Like, what do you think? Like reading. You guys like to read? Please love to read. You should love to read. So, but what happens if somebody is a young person and they... Yeah? Yes, that's the best, isn't it? Yeah. That's fantastic. Yes. Right. I know, because what happens if you don't learn how to read? You can't... Beautiful. Right, see? Because if we don't learn how to read, we can't really do our schoolwork, right? That'd be terrible. Right, long time ago. Wonderful. See, isn't that great? So we have to learn how to read, or else if we don't learn how to love to read, there's so much, what do you think? So much we won't know about the world, right? We won't, I mean, that's how we learn stuff, right? What about math, right? Do you guys like math? All right, wait. You cannot dislike both reading and math. No. Parents, you've got work to do. All right? You have to love to read, and you have to be able to do math, right? And what about not schoolwork, right? So, like, what happens if we don't learn how to brush our teeth when we're like your age? What happens? Good for you, because otherwise, when you're like my age, you talk like this because you have no teeth, right? Right, exactly. So what we're saying is that when we're little, we're building the foundation, right? The important things that we need to know later in life is what we're learning now, right? Like how to be safe, right? Like when you're riding your bicycle, you should wear a helmet, right? Things like that, right? You stay close to your mommy and daddy. And same with a scooter, especially a scooter. Yeah, you have a helmet you wear? All right, yeah, they're fun. But if you fall off like me, you bang your head, and then you have to sit in a cold, dark room for a week. It was not fun. So what are some other things we have to learn when we're little? What do you think, Anthony? Where are we now?
In church.
Why are we here? Why are we here? It's okay, they don't know either. It's okay. To pray. Right, what do you think? Right? To learn about Christ. Right. Because what happens if we go through our young lives? What do you think, Elena? We go through our lives? Elena, hi, sweetie, you're so pretty. And we don't learn how to pray. Then what? What happens? What do you think? You don't know? She said we feel empty, right? Don't you think that makes sense, Gabriella? We feel kind of empty inside, right? Because where does God live? So everybody can hear me, right? So we learn how, we come to church, right? And we learn how to pray. What do you think, Mr. Daniel? Mr. Ron. Why do we come to church? Learn to pray. It's important to learn to pray, isn't it? Right? Right? It's important. It's not just important, it's the one thing, Aristide, in life that we had better learn how to do, right? Have Jesus Christ inside of us. And so just as you're learning these foundational things, right? Right, Andriana, we're learning these very important things in our lives, right? We also need to learn how to pray, right? And to learn about Jesus Christ, right? And to learn how to be good Orthodox Christians. So, it's very, very important. Not just when you're young, because unfortunately, sometimes when people get older, they don't come to church so much. What do you think, sweetie? Yes, you pray so that you can thank God. That is actually the name of the service that we're doing right now. The Greek name means to thank God, right? So today is also the first day of Sunday school. Yay! Right? Wonderful. Yay! And so we've been very busy, Mr. Anthony, with new stuff to teach you, right? I know, Mr. Michael, we've been very busy, right, with new things to teach you. So it's very, very, very important that you come to Sunday school, right, Nicole? So he can teach you how to learn how to love reading. Yes. How to learn how to love reading so that you can read your Bible, right? Because that's also how we... So I'm going to talk to your mommy and daddy now so they can... I'm going to give you a reading assignment.
Yes.
That's okay, right? Well, we'll teach you Greek. It's okay. So, today's the first day of Sunday school, and we're very, 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 very happy that you're here. And we want all of you to be with us here for Sunday school, please, so that we can learn our faith together. Yes? Right, in the Bible we also learn how to thank God. That's right. Okay, you've been very, very good. And stories, great stories in the Old Testament. All right, thank you. You've been very good. You can go sit down now and we'll finish up, okay? All right, God bless you. You were great. You had great answers.